They do everything to make us afraid. They come into our palaces. They threaten us directly or with veiled threats. Of course, we respond as we should. They always take examples. They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like that, but where is he? He is dead. The Haitian president, he tried to do it like that. Where is he? He is dead. Gaddafi tried like that. Where is he? He is dead. Such a person has nothing. He is in prison. All this to try to scare us, to make us cowards. But I think they haven't understood something. When we say the homeland or death, we shall overcome. It's not just a phrase, it has its full meaning. We are not afraid and we will never be afraid. And hold on tight. Those same media, I said it today, wherefore especially, Jeune Afrique courted us at the very beginning of 2022-2023. They went through several channels to approach us, to make us pay and clean up our image, as they say. We refused. They cannot deny it because we have the evidence with us. They sent people. That's how they operate. And many heads of state fall into their trap. They pay money every month for articles to be published to clean up their image. No, it's dangerous. They only live off that. You pay the money, they lie, they clean up your image. You refuse, they lie to destroy your image. But all of Africa must be informed. And if Africans want to progress, they must stop listening to these deceitful media. Because as long as you are there, listening to false information, it eventually becomes a reality. And it's very dangerous for us. Try to spread information, to divide, to manipulate the youth. But it doesn't work anymore. I think people are aware enough. Now people have their eyes open. Through communication, they managed to rewrite history. And as for African history, they schemed everything to spread lies. As a result, some young Africans don't even know the history of Africa or what Africa has accomplished. Some don't even know that our grandparents fought, were put on the front lines as cannon fodder. And when they returned, they were killed like animals. Do people know that when France tested its first atomic bomb, it was black soldiers they placed nearby in the blast radius to see what would happen? Let's bring out the archives. Everything they've used against Africa is terrible. So all of this needs to be communicated so that young Africans understand, because there are still many who are asleep and continue to speak on behalf of the imperialists. Whatever they're told to say, they do it. Maybe it's because, well, they're given something, I don't know. But Africans need to understand their history and wake up. So that's our fight as well. My biggest regret is having spent a good part of my youth listening to radio stations like RFI and France 24. I've been in countries where those radio stations were shut down. But we would use apps to record their news broadcasts so we could listen. But at some point, something clicked. I started to realize that they were conditioning our minds to accept what they wanted. It's their narrative that they want us to learn. And since then, I've started to see things for what they are. And I understood that what they're doing is very dangerous. And today, more than ever, I realize that they have conditioned the minds, especially of Africans. So, you can play a big role in awakening the consciousness of young people so that people...
My diplomatic friend Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, I am pleading to you to accept my invitation at this time. I, Donald Trump, and Americans don't have any negative interest against. You are your citizens in Burkina Faso. I just want us to meet and have a discussion on how to support your country's developments and also to strengthen our diplomatic friendships as countries.
And if we need to say it loud and clear here, we are not in a democracy, we are indeed in a progressive popular revolution. Everyone needs to understand that. And it's even more surprising that those who are supposed to be the intellectuals who went to school can imagine that a country can develop within democracy. That's false. When you cite a single country that developed in democracy, it's not possible. Democracy is only the culmination. We inevitably go through a revolution, and we are indeed in a revolution.
Those who hadn't understood it, we say it again, yes, loudly. Everyone needs to incorporate this, and our role to communicate, to explain, to make people understand what our revolution is, we will continue to play it. So, this question of democracy or libertinism, of action or expression has no place. I said it once, as much as you think you are free to speak and act, the other is also free to speak and act. And there we end up with a society of disorder. And as it happens, it fits well that we are in the midst of celebrating patriotic days. The theme is indeed order and discipline. We do not make a revolution in disorder. It's impossible. And order, we will establish order and discipline so that we can progress. Because social, economic, political, ideological reforms require order and discipline. And everyone has their role to play in this.
Good morning, my people. Welcome to Local Matter. Another breaking news done day like this, or another cocoa done day like this. So there's no way we can speak about African today without talking about Ibrahim Taore, the president of Burkina Faso. This man is a very confident and courageous man. This man is doing a very great thing in his country. This man is not working for his own personal interests, but for the interests of Africa at large. That is what the man is doing currently now. You get within the man been talk where we say the thing give me joy. The man talk say he go register any attempt to be destroyed by the European country. Now, within the man talk where he give me joy where be that. Because these European people, they don't want any African country to progress. If they see any leader that is trying to bring progress to the whole Africa, trying to bring unification to the whole Africa, they will do everything within their power to bring the persons down. That is what they did to Muammar Gaddafi and some other African leaders. That is the same thing that they want to do to Ibrahim Taore. But this man is ready for them. This man is ready to fight for Africa. We cannot talk too much now. Mona listen to this video. Mona hear within this man they talk about Ibrahim Taore for inside this video. And if today be the first time where they come across this channel, I beg don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that whenever we drop another Ogbonge video, now you could be the first person where go see more. Make una watch this video. Now Mona see what they happen for inside this video. I beg don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, to bring your comment. More deliberate about this issue. More talk how Africa.
You see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run in and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going. Thank you.
Thank you.
This young boy, within just 6 months, has commissioned 18 factories. 18! They build cars in Burkina. They are building their own tomato. They don't import anything. First thing he did, he closed the borders. Nobody should come here. Nobody should come here. Do you think that Chinese can go to this boy's backyard and go and do galamsey? This boy came to Ghana and shook your president with a pistol. It's a statement. Nobody fools around. You fool around, we blow your head apart. We don't care about law. We are here to develop our nation, to help people. This guy here walked to your president with a gun on his side. It's a statement. You people bring Chinese from places. Go to Takwa, Bogoso, Prisia, Chebi, and look, go and go and see the madness of your Christianity. Some boys in Naibiko Presby, Alabaster, Pentecost, CAC, your bottom. And I'm not saying your bottom keke. I'm saying your bottom by Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Your bottom. Monya papa. Monya papa. Monya papa mkenye. This boy know how he can boldly tell Burkina Faso, there is no need to travel to America. We are creating America here. Every young man, this boy, regional minister, regional minister, Adia we are moye, no, Adia moye, Monsumoye be 8 years ago. Are you people okay? And this boy, for your information, is a Muslim. Only communion da. Masonko bi da. Tibon chira me mukristo somne som faso. I want to hear. Tell me the meaning of your noise. What the answer question that sorry. That is Christianity. I am a Christian so time, Papa. I'm telling you, at time, Papa. Sorry, but now we are going to go so. We Christian so time, Papa.